remind myself because I changed something and I had to go back and redo it. There. Okay. We're all set. Just be careful. We didn't mention that it's being broadcast out, so anything you say will be on there. So just be careful because I know
So watch out for the hot mic.
Yeah.
You don't want to end up.
I do it too, man. I do it too.
You don't want to end up like Tom Brenneman.
Yeah. And that's a deep drive by Castellanos in the fourth. I think. Yeah.
I guess the good news is it became an unintentional meme in and of itself.
I love that music. I love that music. I'm not a big Tom Brenneman fan. All right, we're good. I'll let you do it.
Huh? I'll what's that? Yeah, for Palm Beach, they hired me to do this for them. So, or actually, I should say, I reached out to them just asking if I could just do so because I want to do this for a living. I'm a Slam broadcaster, and so they brought me in, and so that's what I've been doing. It's not going to be easy tonight because they only have 7 active bodies on the floor, 4 of them out due to injury. But the game has to be played anyway. Normally I would do a pregame and postgame stand-up, but because I'm doing this like a radio broadcast, because we only have one camera with limited visibility, might as well just do a opening and postgame or like this radio broadcast.
You gotta make with what you got.
Huh?
I said you gotta make with what you got.
Yeah. Most gigs are on the radio anyway. Gymnasium on the campus of Palm Beach State College. Thanks for joining us for women's basketball yet again. I'm David Griffith, and this is Palm Beach State against Eastern Florida State College for the second time in a span of a week. And for Palm Beach State, after coming off a rather difficult week last week, they lost to Eastern Florida on the road by a score of 87-55, and then losing to Warner University, their JV squad, 62-60, coming up in the shorthand of that. They're back at home for back-to-back home games. Tonight against Eastern Florida State College again, and then Wednesday against Chipola College. And for PBSC, you might as well say they're being thrown into the gauntlet. Eastern Florida so far on the year, early in this 2021 campaign, they're on a roll, 5-0. And when I say they're on a roll, I mean they're not just winning games, they're demolishing opponents. And they're demolishing them by wide margins. Their closest margin of victory so far was the last game they played, November the 19th, Friday, where they won at Hillsborough Community College 78-76. Palm Beach State, of course, when you play a team twice in the span of a week, that would allow you to have a pretty good scouting report, you could say, about what it is that they like to do. Let's not forget, for Eastern Florida, they're a team that likes to get rebounds. They like to get to the board, as evident by over 45 rebounds per game, 45.4 to be exact, and shooting 43.8% from the field. The one thing that might help PBSC, Eastern Florida is only shooting 23.3% from three-point range. Palm Beach State is shooting 37.9%. It should be an interesting story, and it'll be a chance for Palm Beach State to see how competitive they can be. Although, one thing needs to be clear, only 7 active bodies tonight for the PBSC Panthers. No Ali Lance, no Jalen Ponder, no Cindy Jackson, no Micaiah Lumpson. Micaiah Lumpson, of course, the last game that they played, she hit the floor hard and had to be taken to the hospital, to the emergency room. Thankfully, she was okay, but she's out tonight. Coach Maureen Smith hopes to have her back on Wednesday. That's the story behind that. In the meantime, we're a few minutes away from the start of the pregame festivities, the national anthem and the starting lineups between PBSC and Eastern Florida State College, right here at Elizabeth W. Arlington Museum of Lake Worth. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
All right, guys, real quick. So everything's already set up. It's this little scoreboard right here. All you got to do is just hit these little buttons here, plus. So that's +1, +2, +3. Palm Beach, Eastern.
Yo, John, how you zoom in, zoom out of the camera?
Like this. So that's zoomed out, this is zoomed in. So either, whatever you guys want to do.
All right.
Super easy. Left zooms out, right zooms in.
All right, how you do the score, man?
Try not to move it too much.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. Yeah, right there is good. All right, so scores right here. It's this little scoreboard looking box. Eastern, so it's plus would be 1, +2, +3. Palm Beach, same thing. You don't need to worry about anything else other than just the score.
Okay.
And if you mess up, you could always minus.
All right.
Go back and add it, but it's pretty easy. So other than that, all right, I'm gonna put this back up. We're going live again. So. Nah, I say that because I did it. I did it. That's what I'm doing. All right, if you guys need anything, I'll be over there.
Last game, bro, you should have been there, dog.
You guys know?
Nah, there's another team. Coach was hot. She was hot. Well, she was not talk to him, but she would to the whole other side. She want to talk to him, bro. She was red, bro.
Welcome back to Elizabeth W. Whirling Gymnasium. Once again, I'm David Griffith, and we're just moments away from the pregame festivities, the national anthem, and the introduction of both starting lineups. Like I said in the pregame show, Palm Beach State has to deal with the fact they only have 7 active bodies tonight. No Allie Lalance, no Sinye Jackson, no Jalen Ponder, no Mikhail Lumsen. 7 active bodies in total. For Eastern Florida, they're down 4 bodies, but they still have 11 active bodies. No Jasmine Peaks, no Rosa Redondo Sorvis, no Christiana Kulikowska, and no Lalani Guyot. But 11 players, that's enough to make 2 full squads. So you have to think that Eastern Florida, they have the advantage in that regard. Palm Beach State, the key for them is going to be conditioning. How well can they get up and down the floor in terms of getting back on defense, on the fast break, all those things. The things that they practiced early on in the offseason in order to prepare for moments like this. That's going to be the key. For Palm Beach State, they'll be relying on the offense of both Natalia Brown and Andrea Torres from the 3-point range. Natalia Brown so far in the year averaging 13 points per game and shooting 43.8% from downtown. Andrea Torres, leading scorer in the Palm Beach squad, 21.5 points per game, shooting 45.9% from 3-point range. For PBSC, if they want to have any type of hope tonight against a very tough opponent, like I said in the pregame, PBSC is being thrown into the gauntlet. Tonight against 5-0 Eastern Florida, and then Wednesday against undefeated Chipola College. They're going to have to be able to shoot from the 3-point range. So for PBSC, obviously it's not going to be easy for them, but it's really a good chance to see what they're capable of. Head coach of Eastern Florida, MJ Baker, giving some high fives to her players as they disrobe their practice jerseys. They're shown with the blue uniforms with green numbers, PBSC with their home white uniforms with green numbers. Green trim all around. As we are getting set for the national anthem here at Elizabeth W. Whirling Gymnasium. So enjoy that and then enjoy the starting lineups before we resume play. PBSC and Eastern Florida. As Eastern Florida makes their way off of the bench area, lining up in a straight line behind the free throw line. PBSC in a straight line up by their bench area. Here's national anthem.
Please rise for the national anthem. Starters for visiting Eastern Florida, Shadora Smith, Caitlin Sanders, And now, for your home Lady Panthers. Starting number 1, Apollo Brown. Number 12, Frederick Ford. Number 22, Keandra Portier. Number 25, Francesca Darrell. Number 32, Linda Dusan.
So there's the starting lineup for both teams. And obviously, with only 7 active bodies, as been stated before for PBSC, they're going to have to stay fresh not only with the substitutions but also with the endurance. As we get set for the tip, PBSC will move from right to left on your radio dial. Eastern Florida will move from left to right on your radio dial. The starting lineup for Eastern Florida: number 0, Shadaria Smith; number 15, Rappalucci and Gorka; number 25, Tatiana Beaumont; number 11, Caitlin Sanders; and number 21, Ana Carolina de Jesus. For PBSC, number 32, Reina Duzant; number 25, Francesca Deralis; number 12, Andrea Torres; number 22, Keandra Portier; and number 1, Atalia Brown. Reina Duzant to tip it up against Rappalucci and Gorka. Number 32 against number 15. And away we go from Elizabeth W. Rowan Gymnasium as the ball belongs to Eastern Florida first. Tatiana Beaumont outside the arc inside, 1-on-1 against Deralis. Inside to De Jesus. Not go. Rebound. That's it by Rappalucci and Gorka. The first points of the game go to Eastern Florida on the part of Rappalucci and Gorka. Number 15. The foul is against, I think, Andrea Torres. So right away she picks up her first of 5 fouls, 12 seconds into the contest. Bissett too strong. The rebound by PBSC, so they have their first chance with the ball. 19 seconds in the contest. They already trail 2-0, but they catch a early break with a missed free throw. Reina Duzant, number 32 of PBSC, outside the arc to Francesca Deralis. Holds it up, finds Portier. Drives in against De Jesus. Duzant again by the Eastern Florida bench. Deralis, 7 on the shot clock. Outside the arc, 1-on-1 against Beaumont. Tipped away by Beaumont. She gets the steal. Tatiana Beaumont, bounce pass into Caitlin Sanders. Mishandles it for a moment. Into a Gorka, wild shot. Didn't draw iron at all. Ricocheted off the window like a hailstone. PBSC on the attack. Fast break to Reina Duzant off the glass and through. Reina Duzant picks up her first points of the game. 9:03 to go in the first quarter. She ties it 2-2. Beaumont feeds it inside to Ana Carolina de Jesus. Back outside the arc to Beaumont. Feeds it to Gorka. Back to de Jesus. There's a 12-foot jumper. Didn't go. Out of bounds. Last touch by Gorka. PBSC gets the ball out of bounds in a 2-2 tie. A minute 10 gone by in the opening quarter. So Keandra Portier of PBSC to inbound. Gives it to Andrea Torres. Little full court press from Eastern Florida. Navigated across the big-court line before the 10-second violation. They are able to with Keandra Portier. Duzant 1-on-1 against De Jesus. Little pivot, bob and weave inside, and a nice finish from Reina Duzant. She has 4 points. All 4 points for PBSC. They're out to a 4-2 lead. A minute and a half gone by in the first. And Gorka uses to De Jesus in the 3-second lane, and a whistle and a foul against Reina Duzant. That is her first. So the second team foul on PBSC. Reina Duzant picks up her first foul and she subs out. Rebecca Scott, number 23 for PBSC, in for the first time. So it's not free throws because it was not a shooting foul. It's inbound from Tatiana Beaumont. Nice feed to Ana Carolina de Jesus, and she gets her first bucket right underneath the rim despite solid coverage from PBSC. It's 4-4, 8-12 to go in the first quarter. PBSC once again trapping their own half of the court. Keandra Portier gets it across the midcourt line. She holds it up against Sanders. Finds Torres, drives inside against Sanders, had it taken away by Sanders. What a play, pick her pocket. Sanders back the other way, 1-on-3. Shadaria Smith finds Carolina de Jesus, gets it go. Ana Carolina de Jesus, she has 4 points of her own. Eastern Florida back out in front 6-4, 7:43 to go in the opening quarter. Eastern Florida is doing everything, getting the defensive stops and getting buckets on the other end. They have an early 2-point advantage. High throw from Rebecca Scott as she had Francesca Deralis open by the Eastern Florida bench area on the far side, but it way too high for her to get to, even with the jump. So the inbound from Shadaria Smith, and Eastern Florida brings it back the other way. They have a 6-4 lead as Eastern Florida. They have a chance for more. Bounce pass from Shadaria Smith. Outside the arc, ball not three, far side, no. Basket went, but she was called for traveling first of all. So no basket, PBSC gets a break. And because of the travel, PBSC gets the inbound. I didn't really see much in terms of traveling, but I guess she pivoted her foot. After the fact, she caught it, and before she got the shot off. So that's why they whistled for the travel. So no basket, despite the fact that it was made. Rebecca Scott feeds it to Deralis. Back to Natalia Brown, three, near side, yes! Natalia Brown, her first shot of the game is a made three. 7-6 PBSC, 3 minutes into the first. Caitlin Sanders dribbling up and down, 1-on-1 against Torres. Finds to Jesus, goes inside, lost the ball, but Sanders is there to pick it up. Three, near side for Sanders, too short, off the side of the rim, and a strong rebound by Rebecca Scott as she went in between two defenders. PBSC back the other way with Portier. Keandra Portier dribbles it up and down, finds Natalia Brown. She's made 1 3 to the near side. MJ Baker frantically trying to give some defensive instructions to Eastern Florida. Deralis drives inside, finds Portier, thought about the three from the far side. From the right wing, decided not to. There's a 8-foot jumper from Rebecca Scott. That's an air ball and a half for Rebecca Scott. So back comes Tatiana Beaumont of Eastern Florida. Drives into the 3-second area, little hook shot, no. Off the side of the rim and out. Last touch by Francesca Deralis, so it stays with Eastern Florida. Shot clock is at 20, 6:17 to go in the first quarter. PBSC trails or leads by 1, 7-6. Eastern Florida looks to take the lead this time down. Inside into Jesus, 1-on-1 against Scott. Great defense by Rebecca Scott, but Gorka gets the rebound, traveling, or no, it's a late violation. 3-second violation against Eastern Florida. So once again, Eastern Florida comes up empty.
Full pressing.
Keandra Portier inbound to Andrea Torres. They're playing it. Full court press is Eastern Florida, but so far it hasn't really worked for them. Torres has it outside the arc, left wing. Finds Natalia Brown, holds it up straight away outside the arc once again. She has 1 3 from the left side. Brown feeds it to Portier. Shot clock not a factor, still 10 seconds. Inside the restricted area to Andrea Torres, and she got that one to go despite it being a wild shot by Torres. A little bit undisciplined, but she got it. Shadaria Smith open for a 3 from the left wing, no. Rebound by Gorka, no. Rapucci and Gorka got the rebound. She could not put it back up, but the foul against PBSC, and it's free throws. I think it was on Andrea Torres again, and if that's the case, that is her second foul. Or it's actually on Francesca Deralis. It looked like it is. So Deralis picks up her first foul, the third team foul on PBSC. 2 free throws for Rapucci and Gorka. Her first shot is in. That's her third point, her first by way of the free throw. 9-7 in favor of PBSC. Her second free throw is good. She's got 4 points, 2 by way of free throws. PBSC leads 9-8, 5:35 to go in the opening quarter. And they're looking to extend their lead right here as Eastern Florida. They have a substitution. It is Anna Mabus Svensson in for the first time from Stockholm, Sweden. Natalia Brown holds it up at the foul line, goes inside against Gorka, feeds it to Rebecca Scott, bubbles it, but gets it back. Torres lost it, foul against Eastern Florida first of all. It is against Anna Mabus Svensson, so she comes into the game and she picks up the first team foul on Eastern Florida. So it's an inbound near side for Keandra Portier. PBSC leading 9-8, 5:14 to go in the opening quarter. They're looking to extend their lead. The Carriers 1-point lead so far. Kiana Miller into the game for the first time. She sets up a screen for Talia Brown. Blocked from behind by Beaumont. Solid block. Feeds it to Anna Mabus Svensson. 1-2. Jumper. Foul line. Got it. Banks it in. Svensson gets her first 2 points. And Eastern Florida jumps back out in front 10-9. as we're more than halfway through the opening quarter. 4:50 to go in this opening quarter. Natalia Brown, bounce pass, right elbow. Rebecca Scott finds Brown again, goes inside, steps back for a long two. That's not even close. Solid defense right there by Beavis Svensson as she did not give Brown. PBSC comes up empty. Beaumont, 3, left wing, far side. A little bit off. Rebound by Natalia Brown. Here comes PBSC back the other way. Down by 1 and they look to get the lead. Brown against Svensson, foul against Svensson. Anna Beavis Svensson, that is her second foul. And it's free throws for Natalia Brown. So PBSC primed to take the lead as Francesca Deralis checks back in for Keandra Portier. Shaderia Smith is out. And in for the first time for Eastern Florida is number 14, Sophia Oyhamar of Stockholm, a transfer from the University of Buffalo. Natalia Brown's first free throw attempt is in there, and that ties the game up at 10. She's got 4 points and leads PBSC, or is tied for PBSC with points with Reina Dusant with 4. Natalia Brown's second free throw rattles in. 5 points for Natalia Brown. PBSC back up by a point, 11 and 10. In the first quarter between both of these teams on the road a week ago, Eastern Florida got the jump on PBSC by having a 25-8 lead after the first quarter. And so far, no dominance for either side. Feeding in the 3-second area, no good from Anna Carolina or Jesus, but there's Grapalucci and Gorka picking up her teammate, putting it back up and in. 6 points for Gorka to lead ESFC in points, 12-11. They lead, 3:58 to go in the first quarter. PBSC down by 1, but they're very much in it this quarter. Natalia Brown, 1-on-1 against Gorka. Finds Torres, 3 straight away. Yes! Andrea Torres picks up her first 3. She has 5 points, tied with Natalia Brown for the most. Jesus, big and tall, gets in there to Oyhamar, finds Anna Beavis Svensson, runner off 1 foot, no. Out, last touch by PBSC, and it stays with Eastern Florida. Substitution for Eastern Florida as Laura Iva Putu, averaging close to 13 points a game, checks in for Anna Carolina de Jesus, her first time out. Rebecca Scott gets a breather. Francesca Deralis back in. Bounce pass into Putu, no. They're actually number 15. Grapalucci and Gorka. The foul is against Francesca Deralis. That is her second foul and the 14th foul in PBSC. They get 1 more. Eastern Florida's in the bonus the rest of the quarter. So free throws coming up for Gorka. She can tie this game up. First free throw, got it. 7 points for Grapalucci and Gorka. 1 more upcoming. This can tie it up. She does not. It goes in and out. Rebound by Keandra Portier, PBSC. The Panthers with a 14-13 lead. 3:25 to go in the first quarter. Portier by the Eastern Florida bench, far side, drives in against Putu. Finds Natalia Brown, 3 near side. Oh, just a little bit off to the right-hand side, off the front of the rim, and it ricochets to Grapalucci and Gorka. Finds Laura Iva Putu off the glass and in. Laura Iva Putu, she picks up her first points. Eastern Florida back up by 1, 15, 14, 3 minutes exactly to go in the first quarter. No timeouts taken in from either side. A defensive check going on the Eastern Florida bench. Andrea Torres holds it up against Svensson, finds Francesca Deralis, straight away. Lost Torres again, she has her. 3, pull up 3, straight away, no. In and out, and it turns to Anna Beavis Svensson. Goes in, finds Tatiana ball on 3, left wing, it looks short, and it is short. Rebound, strong rebound by Gorka, that's off the board, but traveling against Grapalucci and Gorka before she can even get a chance to shoot it. As Tatiana Beaumont subs out. Christina Goncharuk is in from Angarsk, Russia. PBSC on the end down. They trail by 1, 15, 14, 2.5 to go in the first quarter. Finds Portier, bad pass as she had Francesca Deralis wide open near the rim. You can't have those kind of plays against Eastern Florida because they can kill you. It stays a 1-point lead for Eastern Florida. 15, 14, 2:10 to go in the first quarter. As Goncharuk dribbles it 1-on-1 against Natalia Brown. She's at the right wing. Feeds it to Anna Beavis Svensson. She sets up for a 3 straight away, a little bit strong. Rebound by Gorka. Back to Putu. And Laura Ibabutu gets a jumper from 10 feet away. 17-14 in favor of Eastern Florida. They built up their biggest lead in the game. Natalia Brown was well covered by Sophia Oihamar, but there's Kiana Miller, had it blocked by Rappalucci and Gorka as she tried to dribble into the restricted area. Svensson, into the centers, into and Gorka, let's call it a pass to Sophia Oihamar, but that one is lost out of bounds. A little bit discombobulated with Eastern Florida. They lose it out of bounds. PBSC inbound once again with Keandra Portier. 1:28 to go in the first quarter. PBSC down by 3. They are getting all the breaks so far in this opening quarter to stay in it. Natalia Brown pulling up against Oihamar. Brown back to the midcourt logo. Shot clock not a factor. 1:15 to go in the first quarter. PBSC can tie with a 3. Kiana Miller, right wing, finds Poitier, thought about shooting, but cutting inside to Torres off the glass, and in! It rattles in for Andrea Torres. She got the lucky bounce off the rim, and Torres has 7 points, 17-16. Goes the other way, a little 1-foot runner by Monaco was fixing to go, but there to get let the rebound and lost the ball was Rappalucci's woman wide up for a 3. That is Christina Doncheruk. She has it from the left wing. Christina Doncheruk of Russia, she has her first field goal, hits a 3, 20-16 in favor of Eastern Florida, 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. Portier thought about the 3, drives inside against 2 defenders off the window of the glass. And here comes Eastern Florida back the other way. This is Svensson at the PBSC bench area. Holds it up for Doncheruk, that's a 20-footer, in and out, hard break, rebound by Putu, she puts it back up and in. 6 points for Laura Ibabutu, 13 seconds to go in the opening quarter. PBSC down by 6, 22-16. Francesca Darlis holds it up, finds Talia Brown, shot clock, or game clock rather, down to 5, 3, near side Portier, swish! Kiana Portier with the first bucket of the game. It is a 3-pointer and a good way for PBSC to finish off the quarter despite everything. 22-19 in favor of Eastern Florida, but a 3 on the switch by Keandra Portier, her first field goal of the night. PBSC only down by 3. We'll have the start of the second quarter momentarily here at Elizabeth W. Early Gymnasium. 22-19, Eastern Florida leads early. Consider the fact it was 25-8 after the first quarter last week. That's a lot better.
I ain't even know that. I heard about that.
I think it's because I'm here today. I think that's what it is.
No, it's usually my presence.
They got blown out last time because
I wasn't there that time they got blown out.
the other time you was there, they got blown out too.
What other time they got blown out? You feel me? Look, the last game they should have won, they sold it to us. I just said everything. I just said everything on this recording thing. There's nothing else I can say though. That's worse.
Back here for the start of the second quarter here at Elizabeth W. Early Gymnasium, where Eastern Florida leads PBSC 22-19, but it is anybody's contest when you take into consideration by the fact that when these two teams met last Monday, it was 25-8 Eastern Florida after the first quarter. So PBSC doing a better job shooting the ball, but they have to be able to set it up defensively. They did so early. Eastern Florida, they have a lot of fresh bodies on the floor, and that's probably going to make a difference for them. David Griffin back again, and MJ Baker, the head coach of Eastern Florida, she has her girls playing well. She came to the Eastern Florida women's basketball program in 2017, and it took off from the first season as the Eastern Florida Titans had 24 wins that year and finished runner-up in the FCSAA state tournament as PBSC tried to inbound with Keandra Portier, but it's taken away. A bad pass. It is Sophia Oihamar rattles in as it bounced off the glass and it goes in. So Sophia Oihamar, starting off the second quarter, gets her first points, 24-19 in favor of Eastern Florida, 15 seconds into the quarter. Bad start for PBSC on a bad pass from Keandra Portier on the inbound to begin the quarter. Brown bounce pass, Darlis holds it up against Oihamar. Tries to do something, goes around Oihamar, but she holds her ground. Portier thought about shooting the 3 from the right wing, but instead holds it up for Natalia Brown. One-on-one against Doncheruk, lost the ball, but Brown gets it back 3 on the shot clock, gets a deep 3 for the hash mark, and it goes in and out, and a rebound by Loy Ibar. Florida 24-19. Eastern Florida leads by 5. Shavarius Smith back into the game, gets 3-point. Goes around, one-footer runner off the glass. Taken away, goes to Raplucci and Gorka off the glass again. Got it, and a foul. As Raplucci and Gorka once again goes to the line. The foul is on Francesca Jarlis again, and if my calculations are correct, that is her third foul. And Gorka with 9 points, she has a chance to make it 10 with the free throw. Jarlis has to sit probably for the rest of the quarter. And Gorka, her free throw, she has it. 10 points for Raplucci and Gorka. She leads Eastern Florida scoring. Eastern Florida, they built up a little bit of a lead, 27-19 with a minute 5 gone by in the second quarter. Natalia Brown gets a screen from Kiana Miller. This is a 20-footer right elbow, yes. Natalia Brown, she has 7 points. 27-21, PBSC down by 6, 8:43 to go. Sophia Oikamar almost uncovered, but there's a solid play by Kiana Portier as she helps get the turnovers. Natalia Brown watching from behind as Sophia Oikamar was unnoticed in that one. Portier feeds to Torres. 3, making it 2. That's a 18-footer from the right elbow, no. And it comes down to Christina Goncharuk. Darius Smith lobs it up for Putu off the glass today. Another layup for Loy Ibar Putu. She has 4 field goals, all by way of the 2. 29-21, 8:10 to go, second quarter. Eastern Florida up by 8. Next time we said Ana Carolina De Jesus will check back in for Eastern Florida. Andrea Torres trapped by the Eastern Florida bench area. Finds Rebecca Scott. Over to Keontra Portier. Bounce pass into Natalia Brown. Into the 3-second area at the half circle. Lost the ball. It might have been blocked by Christina Goncharuk. As a matter of fact, I think it was. Goncharuk back the other way. Crossboard pass to Smith. Holds it up left wing. Finds Gorka again. And another layup for Raplucci and Gorka. And Maureen Smith wants a timeout. 12 points for Raplucci and Gorka as PBSC is letting him just drive into the lane and get layups like nobody's business. Timeout PBSC, the first from either side in this contest. 31-21 in favor of Eastern Florida. 7:36 to go in the first half as they built up their biggest lead so far in this game. So PBSC trails by 10, 31-21 out of the PBSC timeout. They need a bucket in order to generate some type of rally because Eastern Florida, they're just going inside at will against PBSC Panthers. Not really putting up any type of defense out there, although, to be fair, Eastern Florida has the height advantage by quite a wide margin. Natalia Brown feeds to Rebecca Scott inside the half circle to Kiana, blocked by Anna Carolina De Jesus back in the contest. That's what will do it for Eastern Florida to get these advantages. Boy, Iowa, Putu, no bucket, traveling on Putu before the basket went up. That's another traveling call against Eastern Florida. That's probably their third in this first half. And we have a whistle or something. I'm not sure what it's about, but I think they're going to reset. I guess they have to reset the shot clock beforehand. 7:11 to go in the second quarter, 31-21 Eastern Florida. PBSC looking to generate some offensive possessions, get the crowd involved. A little bit of a small crowd here tonight, but it's a loyal bunch. Andrea Torres trying to go against Darius Smith, but she holds her ground. Torres bounced past the Portier, almost lost the ball, but Keontra Portier controls and drives in the lane, lost the ball, but it's a foul against Eastern Florida. The first of this half, first of this quarter, I beg your pardon, for Eastern Florida. It's against Lor Iba Putu. That's a lot of letters in there. As Portier goes to the line for PBSC for free throws. Portier's first attempt from the line, she has it. 4 points for Keontra Portier, her first time shooting from the free throw line. She has a chance to make it 5. She does. 31-23 in favor of Eastern Florida. 6:50 to go in the second quarter. Eastern Florida leads by 8. Ball control of Christina Goncharook. It's a little bit of zone coverage. Talia Brown playing about 4 or 5 yards off of her as Goncharook is over by the hash mark. Brown fixes it on her. Crossword pass to Sherry Smith, right wing. Inside to Ana Carolina de Jesus. Lost the ball, but gets back. Back to Jesus. Jumps 10 foot away. Too strong. Off the back of the rim. Got it back by Gorka. No. Off the back of the rim. No. De Jesus. Yes, and she was no. Ana Carolina de Jesus. As Shadarius Smith and Rappalucci and Gorka, as well as Loy Ibarputu, are doing absolutely everything on the floor for Eastern Florida. The basket counts for Ana Carolina de Jesus. She has 6, and she can make it 7 with the free throw. And if she makes it, it would make it the biggest lead for Eastern Florida. She does not, but rebound by Sophia Oihamar. Finds Goncharook, goes into the 3-second area, goes off the glass and in. Christina Goncharook. 5 points for Christina Goncharook, 35-23. 6:05 to go second quarter. Eastern Florida, they started to run away with it a little bit. PBSA looking for a bucket the other way. Talia Brown finds Andrea Torres, another one against Smith. Torres, offensive foul against the PBSA. A little bit of a push off there. That is the second foul against PBSC of this quarter. I don't know who it was against. I think it was against Kiana Miller. That will be Miller's first foul. 35-23 it remains. Eastern Florida leads by a dozen. 5:47 to go in the second quarter. They're in full control. Looks like fun out there currently. Another one against Miller. Goes up against Miller. Elegance gets the bucket. Another one off the window pane. 10 points for Putsu. All of her points are by way of the layup. 37-23. PBSC down by 14. They're looking to generate anything to generate momentum offensively. Leland Toussaint feeds it to Cordier by the Eastern Florida bench area. Does a little 360, finds Toussaint yet again, pivots with the right foot, goes into the lane, the 3-second lane. Torres, 5 on the shot clock, feeds it to Brown, goes inside, but a bad pass, it's out. Last touch by War Iba out of bounds. 1 second showing on the shot clock. So PBSC, the goal is simple. You have to get it in and you have to shoot it. A little catch and shoot. As Sarah Winkler from Vienna, Austria checks in for the first time. Poitier looks for anybody open. They try to generate a shot. Miller, as the buzzer goes off, no. Rebound by Sarah Winkler, traveling on the Winkler. PBSC gets it back. Only 7 active bodies for PBSC. You have to think that they're starting to feel the exhaustion a little bit. Poitier to inbound once again. We're at the halfway point of the second quarter. 5 minutes remain in the first half as Poitier floats it up for Talia Brown. Holds it up right in front of the midcourt logo. Defensive switch from Putsu on her. Brown inside the half circle. Almost had it taken away. Jump ball signal as Sarah Winkler with a little scrappy play. And Eastern Florida gets the ball right back. The jump ball signal went up for the referee, but Eastern Florida gets it back to have the momentum. Shadarius Smith across the midcourt line. Feeds it to Caitlin Sanders. De Jesus. Left wing. Foul line. Pass to Laura Ibabutu. Shot goes up. Did not go. Offensive ball against Ana Carolina de Jesus. And it's her first foul. Ana Carolina de Jesus, if you can read lips, she said, "Are you kidding me?" 37-23 remains, 4:36 to go in the second quarter. PBSC trails by 14. That's Eastern Florida for you. 5-0 for a reason. One of the best, not only in the area, but also in the entire state. Randy Toussaint has it on a bounce pass from Natalia Brown. Looks for somebody, pivots with the right foot, no traveling call, despite pivoting a little bit with her right foot. Natalia Brown inside foul off the front of the rim. It turns back off the front of the rim, and Natalia Brown gets herself to the line. The foul is against number 11, Caitlin Sanders. That is her first personal. So Natalia Brown goes to the line. There's 3 team fouls apiece. 3 on PBSC, 3 against Eastern Florida. Natalia Brown shooting free throws. Her first shot, yes. And finally, PBSC breaks up a little scoreless streak. They won a few minutes without scoring, and they have their 24th point. Natalia Brown has 8, looking to make it 9. She does. 37-25. Eastern Florida still leads by a dozen. Fast break action for Eastern Florida. That's a backcourt violation. Shanaria Smith wasn't ready for it, and it bounced right by her, and PBSC gets the ball back. Keandra Portier to inbound it for the scorers table. 4:09 to go in the second quarter. Eastern Florida still leads by a dozen, 37-25. Natalia Brown looking to generate something offensively. She drives inside against Sarah Winkler. Got it! Natalia Brown. She has 11 points, and she goes to the line with a chance to make it her 12th point and get PBSC back within single digits. As Rappalucci and Gorka checks in, along with Jillian Shank, as Laura, Iva Putu, and Ana Carolina De Jesus sit. And rattles out, and a free throw is not in for Natalia Brown, so it stays 37-27. 4 minutes exactly remaining in the first half. Jillian Shank holds it up. Almost had to take it away. It is by Kiana Miller. Heads up play by her. Natalia Brown back the other way. 101 and got it. Little 1-foot runner from 5 feet away for Natalia Brown. She has 13 points. 37-29. PBSC does drive the single digits. They're back now by 8. 3:41 to go in the second quarter. Sarah Winkler outside the arc near side. Fine Shank inside the Sanders. Got it. Caitlin Sanders with a layup of her own. Her first bucket. Back up to a 10-point lead for Eastern Florida, 39-29, 3:22 to go in the quarter. As Caitlin Sanders gets involved for the first time. Keandra Miller outside the arc. Holds it up out there, almost had it taken away. Another jump ball single is Maureen Smith stomping around over there, furious over what she saw. I think she had a play set up, but it looked like nobody on PBSC could hear it. The jump ball signal went up, and this time it goes to PBSC as they inbound it from underneath Eastern Florida's rim, as Anamibu Svensson checks back in for Sarah Winkler. A brief appearance for Winkler. She sets. Keandra Portier inbounds it. Looks for somebody. Passing at it before the 5-second violation. Finds Natalia Brown. Left wing outside the arc. Shot clock down to 7. PBSC needs to shoot. Bounce pass to Portier. Shot clock down to 3. Portier finds Mizant for the Eastern Florida bench area. Floats up a 3 air ball. Rebound by Eastern Florida, but there's a whistle first because it's a shot clock violation. It came down to Caitlin Sanders as that was an air ball and a half from Raina Duzant. But she had to put it up because there was only 1 second on the shot clock. 39-29, Eastern Florida leads by 10. Shanaria Smith right wing against Natalia Brown. Gets a screen from Shank. Smith goes in the 3-second area out of the glass off the window pane. Carries back over to Keandra Miller, but loses the ball out of bounds. Tough luck. It stays with Eastern Florida. The shot clock resets to 20. So, Anamibu Svensson of Stockholm, Sweden to inbound. 2 players on this team from Stockholm, both Anamibu Svensson and Sofia Oihamar. But of course, Oihamar is a transfer from the University of Buffalo, saw minimal action there. She sees more action here at Eastern Florida. The referee with a little bit of discussion with the scorers table. Wonder what the holdup is. I think I want to make sure whether or not the shot clock is correct and the game clock. That is the case apparently. 39-29, 2:42 to go in the first half. Inbound coming from Anamibu Svensson. Looking for somebody. All big ones finds Jillian Shank. Goes 1-1 against Raina Duzant. Finds Gorka. Back to Anamibu Svensson. There's a drive by Caitlin Sanders, traveling on Sanders. It didn't even matter for her because that was a wild shot off the glass. PBSC gets it back. They have a chance to cut it into this deficit again and make it single digits. 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. They trail 39-29. PBSC with Natalia Brown dribbling it up. Gets a screen from Portier. There's a pull-up 8-foot jumper. Rattles in for Natalia Brown. 15 points for Brown. By far the leading scorer for PBSC. 39-31. PBSC back to 8. That's Caitlin Sanders and Shanaria Smith all alone over there. Cross-court pass to Svensson. 1-1 against Miller. Svensson back over to Gorka. Lost the ball. Taken away by Portier. Here's Andrea Torres. 1-1 against Sanders. Torres. Offensive foul against Torres as she knocks Sanders down to the floor. It was probably a good chance for a pump fake. Torres 1:56 to go in the first half. It stays an 8-point lead for Eastern Florida, but PBSC, that has to be a knife through their hearts, because that was a chance for them to cut into this deficit once again, but they turn it over on the offensive foul on Andrea Torres, her second of this contest. 14 fouls apiece. Anna Davis-Vincent bring it up here, the foul against Kiana Miller. And that will be free throws from Vincent. Kiana Miller with her second personal. It's free throws for Anna Davis-Vincent because he saw the two go up from the referee. So Anna Davis-Vincent, she can make it a 10-point lead once again for Eastern Florida if she makes both. Francesca Darrell makes that in for Kiana Miller before the shots were attempted. Anna Davis-Vincent dribbles it a couple of times. She's at the foul line. Her first free throw is too strong. One more upcoming for Eastern Florida. PBSC 1:47 to go in the first half. They'll trail by single digits. It's up to them to try to come into this deficit even more before the end of the half, as Svensson hits it for a third point. Her first free throw made, 40-31 Eastern Florida. Another full court press on the part of Eastern Florida. Natalia Brown gets it across the half-court line. Andrea Torres holds it up against Shanaria Smith. Cross-court pass to Raina Luzon. Finds Darrell by the Eastern Florida bench area. Lobs it into Torres, and there's a whistle for a foul, and that will be free throws for Andrea Torres. The foul is against Shanaria Smith, number 0. That is her first personal. So both teams in the bonus the rest of the quarter with 90 seconds to go in the half. Shanaria Smith is out. Sophia Oyhamar back in. So the pair of free throws coming from Andrea Torres. She only has 7 points. She came into tonight leading PBSC in points scored, although she makes that one for 8 points. 21.5 points per game coming into tonight, although there's still plenty of basketball to be played. She makes them both. Second one rattles in. 40-33, PBSC within 7. Sophia Oyhamar or Christina Doncherup holds it up for Jillian Shank. Finds number 20, Anna Davis-Vincent. Back to Doncherup, left wing, outside the arc. Goes around Francesca Darrell and gets a screen from Revolution Gorka. Throws a wild shot, it is not through, and is last touched by Sophia Oyhamar. Heads up play by Raina Luzon to hold off on it. 1:06 to go in the first half. It stays 40-33. PBSC to trail by 3 at the end of 1. 32-29. They have a chance to, when they're down by 3 in the first quarter, they can cut into this deficit even more. 1 minute to go in the first half. Natalia Brown by the Eastern Florida bench area outside the arc. Feeds to the board here, also outside the arc by the Eastern Florida bench area. 1-on-1 against Christina Goncharouk. Raina Luzon pivots with her right foot, shoots at the rim, gets it back outside the arc to Keandra Portier. Darrell is wide open for a 3 straight away. Oh, a little bit too strong, and the rebound goes to Jillian Shank as that ball hung in the air. 33 seconds to go. Eastern Florida still leads by 7. Goncharouk gets a screen from Revolution Gorka. That's a attempted bounce pass, but it's kicked by PBSC. So they reset with the inbound for Eastern Florida. Shot clock resets to 20. 28.4 showing on the game clock, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Eastern Florida leads by 7. They've been in full control since the beginning of the second quarter, and they have not looked back. Feeds it inside, the ball did not go out of bounds. Revolution Gorka, bad pass inside. Anna Davis-Vincent recovers and gets a bucket. It's been that kind of a quarter for Eastern Florida. 42-33, PBSC, they can play for the last shot. 12 seconds shows, PBSC trails by 9, 42-33. Natalia Brown looks to get the last shot. The clock is down to 5. Andrea Torres, that's a foul against Sophia Oyhamar. She got the runner, but it was a foul beforehand. It will be free throws for Andrea Torres. 5.1 showing on the clock. Sophia Oyhamar with her first personal. 5.1 to go. So Torres shooting a pair. Her first shot is in. The last 3 points Torres has scored has come by way of the free throw. She has 10 overall. This could be 11 to make it a 7-point contest. She gets it. 11 points for Torres. 5 seconds to go. Finds Anna Davis-Vincent. One to shoot inside. She got foul before the buzzer goes. And that's free throws for Repolucci and Gorka. My goodness. PBSC, well, a little bit of discussion. We'll see if they call the foul before the buzzer went off or if they say the buzzer went off before the foul. And apparently they will, well, they're going over to the scorer's table. It is 2 shots for Repolucci and Gorka. It's a matter of how much time to put on the clock. The foul is against, I didn't say who the foul was against, but apparently it is free throws for Eastern Florida. They put a half a second on the clock. It might have been against Francesca Derolis, but I'm not sure. Although it could have been against Deandra Portier. The first free throw is too strong from Gorka. I think it might have been against Portier, and if that's the case, that is with first. Half a second to go, second free throw is in, half a second to go. No chance for a shot as Gorka finishes off the first half with 13 points as Eastern Florida catches a little bit of a break from PBSC. We go to the half with PBSC down 43-35. Enjoy the halftime festivities. We'll be back for the second half in 15 minutes. Do not go anywhere. I think they let it get away from them a little bit in the second quarter, but you know that's them. That's Eastern Florida for you. They're 5-0 for a reason.
That's why I'm excited. That's what keep it up. No, Tally keep getting in the game.
It's 25-8. Eastern Florida after the first quarter last week.
The problem is they have such high inside, they can't stay inside. And you told them recognize Chief Horst, they didn't recognize your reference on the phone.
Giants give a 3-year deal to Anthony DiStefani.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This,
And they designated for assignment Alex Dickerson. They designated for assignment Alex Dickerson. Designated for assignment. Nick Bosa has 10 sacks this year, which is a career high for him.
Giants are trying to get Alex.
Raise.
Unfortunately, they're going to be outbid.
LeBron James got suspended for a game. Isaiah Stewart got suspended for 2 games. State College Titans lead at halftime 43-35 as they had an offensive explosion in that second quarter. PBSC was able to stay tight for a little bit, but Eastern Florida, they've been able to catch every single break they can, and they've been able to capitalize off of PBSC errors. The stat line in the first half, all but 2 players for PBSC have picked up a foul. Atalia Brown and Rebecca Scott being the only 2. Although granted, Scott hasn't played a whole lot. Atalia Brown is really ever aggressive, and only 3 threes for PBSC in that first half, won by each of their top players, Atalia Brown, Andrea Torres, and Keandra Portier, but that's all. For Eastern Florida, they've been able to spread it out all over the floor. Iva Putu has 10. Rapolucci and Gorka is the leading scorer for Eastern Florida with 13. Ana Carolina de Jesus with 6. Christina Goncharuk has 5, but really for Eastern Florida, they've been able to get up and down the floor at a great pace. They've been matched up well, probably better than PBSC because they have the height advantage and all the rest. Atalia Brown leads PBSC with 15 points scored, followed by Andrea Torres with 10. But also Francesca Derla, she has 3 personal fouls. She got 2 more, she's done for the rest of the game. So really you have to wonder what you have to do with her. Do you keep being aggressive with her, or do you have her play kind of passively so that she can get a little bit of a break? It all depends on what Marine Smith wants to do. The second half coming your way in just a few minutes. 43-35, Eastern Florida leads. We'll get right back to Elizabeth W. Early Gymnasium in just a moment. This is Palm Beach State women's basketball. Almost ready for the start of the second half at Elizabeth W. Early Gymnasium, where Eastern Florida leads Palm Beach State 43-35. 5-0 Eastern Florida has been on a tear to begin the season. PBSC, they won their home opener over Eastern Florida State College, over Indian River State College, I beg your pardon, 92-84 in overtime. That was Saturday, November 13th. So it's been a little while since their last taste of victory, and they will here tonight, but they have a ways to go. Down by 8 to begin this second half. As PBSC, they'll move from left to right on your radio dial. Eastern Florida will move from right to left on your radio dial. As Ana Carolina de Jesus inbounds for Eastern Florida. And here we go for the third quarter of action. 43-35, Eastern Florida up by 8. They control the ball. Caitlin Sanders inside the 3-second area and gets a layup. An easy layup for fourth point of the contest. 45-35, 15 seconds in, and already a stupendous play from Caitlin Sanders. Natalia Brown up and down with the ball, goes around the left wing, holds it up outside the arc. 1-on-1 against Revolution Gorga, finds Portier. Over to Francesca Deralis, outside the arc, near side, right wing. Deralis drives inside, finds Portier again, 3 near side, yes! Swish for Keandra Portier, she has 8 points. 45-38 in favor of Eastern Florida, their lead down to 7. Caitlin Sanders up and down with the ball, finds Tatiana Beaumont. Feeds into Ana Carolina de Jesus, tries to go around. Raina Duzanka plays stupendous defensive hook shot, wildly off the glass, rebound by Igorka Nell. Tries to get it back, gets it back, and a foul on Keandra Portier. And Igorka will go to the line. Second personal foul on Keandra Portier. Rappalucci Igorka of Madrid, Spain, a transfer from Independence College, shooting a couple of free throws. Her first shot, a little bit of a rope, but gets it to go. She's the leading scorer for Eastern Florida coming into this half. And she continues that right here with a 14th point and her 15th point. 47-38 in favor of Eastern Florida with a minute gone by here in the third quarter. PBSC down by 9. Andrea Torres, fast break play. Raina Duzanka inside, off the glass and in. Raina Duzanka with an easy layup. All because of a stupendous play from Andrea Torres. Got the ball and ran and found Raina Duzanka slanting inside the half circle. Ana Carolina de Jesus hits the deck and a timeout taken by MJ Baker of Eastern Florida as Ana Carolina de Jesus hit the deck trying to go for that ball. So a minute 20 gone by in the third quarter. The first timeout taken in this game by Eastern Florida. They lead 47-40. The inbound coming from Tatiana Beaumont of Eagle Heights, Australia. Finds Shanaria Smith outside the arc, right wing. Drives inside against Natalia Brown, feeds it back to Igorka. In the 3-second area, Beaumont once again. Trying to get it back to Smith, will it go out of bounds? No. Heads up play by Revolucci or Ana Carolina de Jesus. Stays in. 7-way fall. There's a setback long two from Caitlin Sanders and a foul on the floor on PBSC. It's against Keandra Portier again, and that's her third. Just when you think you make a stop defensively, you get whistle for a foul. The second team foul in PBSC, both against Keandra Portier in the first minute and a half. Ana Carolina de Jesus, Eastern Florida up by 7. Andrea Torres knocked it away, but Caitlin Sanders gets it back. Drives in the 3-second lane, but blocked by Keandra Portier. She atones for the foul, but getting it blocked. And Natalia Brown holds it up against Shanaria Smith. Like the defense by Smith, Natalia Brown goes around the horn, holds it up outside the arc, straight away. Backs up to right in front of the court logo. Shot clock ran faster. Brown to defend the switch against Beaumont. Tatiana Beaumont back to Francesca Deralis. Right elbow. And a bad pass of 58. Raina Duzanka was covered right to Francesca Deralis. But Deralis finished to Duzanka as if she never moved from the corner on the near side. So PBSC with a wasted possession. 47-40, 7:49 to go in the third quarter. Eastern Florida leads by 7, and they can increase the lead once again. Caitlin Sanders yo-yoing up and down against Andrea Torres. Finds Rappalucci Igorka, goes inside against Keandra Portier. There's a lot of contact, but no whistle for a foul at all. Shanaria Smith 3, right wing, misses out. Rebound by Igorka. Finds Tatiana Beaumont 3, left wing. That's a little bit too strong, off the back of the rim. Sanders drives inside, got it with the left hand. Caitlin Sanders. She's got 6 points. 4 in this quarter. 49-40 in favor of Eastern Florida. 7:12 to go, third quarter. Eastern Florida up by 9. PBSC with a Talia Brown dribbling in. They're looking to cut into this deficit once again. They've had to play from behind for the rest of this game. Talia Brown, another one against Anna Carolina de Jesus. Finds Torres, 3 straight away. No. A little bit too strong. Anna Carolina de Jesus lost the ball, but Revolution is there to pick her up. Caitlin Sanders holds it up right outside the arc. 1-1 against Torres. Finds Shadaria Smith. She's over by the hash mark. Cross-court pass to Beaumont. But Darlis is there to pick it up defensively. There's a little right hook. A hook shot from Ana Carolina de Jesus to the right hand, and that is perfect. Ana Carolina de Jesus with 8 points. That was a little 5-footer. 51-40 in favor of Eastern Florida. With 11-point lead, 6:24 to go in the third quarter. Randy Duzant, 1-1 against Beaumont. Duzant finds Poirier. Only 3 points made for PBSC. 1 for each of the players. Poirier, Brown, and Torres, and a foul against Eastern Florida. The first team foul against Eastern Florida in this quarter, and it's against number 15. Rappalucci and Gorka. Believe it or not, that is their first personal. As Kiana Miller subs in for Francesca Darlis. Keandra Poirier to inbound. PBSC down by 11. Poirier looks for somebody. Finds Duzant. Pull-up jumper, 15-footer. Got it. Raymond Duzant inside the arc. She has 8 points in her own right. 51-42. Eastern Florida leads by 9. Tatiana Beaumont holds it up against Miller, goes inside, back to Igorka, wild shot, foul, and she goes to the line. Basket does not go, but Igorka gets 2 more free throws. Foul against Kiana Miller. And that's Miller's third personal. And the third team foul on PBSC this quarter. They get 2 more. It's the bonus the rest of the way in this quarter for the Eastern Florida State College Titans. Rappalucci and Gorka, 15 points. A chance to get 16, but a frozen rope misses it short. The worst shot attempt from Gorka tonight, and that's saying a lot because every shot she's gotten has been a good one. She has a chance for her 16th point. She hasn't. 16 points for Rappalucci and Gorka. 52-42 in favor of Eastern Florida. 5:59 to go in this third quarter. PBSC down by 10 once again. Talia Brown has it. She dribbles it outside across the midcourt line. She's outside the arc with it. Against Ana Carolina de Jesus. Tries to go inside, but de Jesus not giving an inch on the ground. There's a wild shot by Brown. A bad chance. Blocked by Iva Putu back in the game. Takes it away and gives it to Caitlin Sanders. Caitlin Sanders inside to Ana Carolina de Jesus with a bad pass. And Poirier gets a steal in the other way. Natalia Brown feeds it to Raymond Duzant. 1-1 against Putu. Backs out outside the arc by the PBSC bench area far side. Natalia Brown, 1-1 against Beaumont. Tatiana Beaumont, 1-1 against Natalia Brown. Bad pass and taken away by Shadaria Smith. It's a breakaway. 1-on-1. Back over to Tatiana Beaumont. Rattles out. Ana Carolina de Jesus gets a rebound on her own right. Rattles in. Ana Carolina de Jesus has 10. And she has 4 in this quarter, 54-42, a disastrous sequence for PBSC is. Maureen Smith tells the players to go a little bit quicker. Down by a dozen with 4:50 to go in the third quarter, and the clock is running. Andrea Torres, 1-1 against Shadaria Smith, holds it up outside the arc. Right outside, straight away. Randy Duzant almost lost that one, but gets it back. Goes inside, 1-1 against Sanders. No, but gets to the line. Caitlin Sanders gets called for the foul. That is her second. Raina Duzant goes to the line. Only 7 active bodies for PBSC. No Allie Lance, no Cindy Jackson, no Shaylin Ponder, and no Micaiah Lumsden. As Christina Goncharuk is in for Caitlin Sanders, who gets a breather. So, Raina Duzant with a chance for a couple of free throws to get PBSC back within 10. They currently trail by 12. Her first shot, that was it. First free throw made for Duzant. She has 9. Looks for number 10. This is it. Tries to go for a rebound, but it's a lane violation as Raina Duzant left the foul line before the ball hit the rim. So it's 54-43, but you have to appreciate the hustle from Raina Duzant on that one, trying to get back into this matchup. Hanamibu spins with a bounce pass, and more Iva Putu at the foul line. Drives inside against Talia Brown. That's a little bit of a mismatch traveling against Putu. And PBSC gets it back. So that's been a little bit of a pattern for Eastern Florida. They've had a few traveling calls tonight called against them, but it hasn't really benefited PBSC in any way. 54-43, PBSC down by 11. Bounce passing to DeAndre Poyer at the foul line. Back to Brown, a little give and go. Bounce pass is on straight away outside the arc. Behind the back of the dribble. Pull-up jumper, but blocked by Putu. Fantastic play as Christina Goncharuk hits the deck. De Jesus back to Svensson. Over to Goncharuk, straight away outside the arc. Blanket coverage by Miller. Goncharuk goes around her. Finds Putu. A little 15-foot jumper off the foul line. That didn't go. Kiana Miller comes up with it on the pass on the rebound from Raina Duzant. 3:40 to go in the third quarter. PBSC down by 11. Once again, trying to put a crack in Eastern Florida's armor, but there's a whistle for a foul against, looks like more Iva Putu. It is. Second personal on more Iva Putu. Both teams with 3 team fouls in this quarter. As Ana Carolina De Jesus sits, Rapolucci and Gorka back in. The inbound coming from DeAndre Poyer. Wants somebody. Has to get it in. The bounce pass is on. Back to Poyer on a give and go. Back to Miller. Jumper from 10 feet away. That's not close. That's off the front of the rim. Eastern Florida once again coming up with a lucky break their way. Svensson wide open for a 3, right wing. Short. Bangs off the front of the rim and a rebound by DeAndre Poyer with the right hand. She took it away from Rapolucci and Gorka. There's a pull-up 15-footer. That's not close for DeAndre Poyer. So it goes back with Eastern Florida. Shanarius Smith. 1-on-1 against Talia Brown. Cross-court pass to Christina Goncharuk. Holds it up against Andrea Torres. Backs up against Torres is Goncharuk. Bounce pass into Putu. 1-on-1 against Torres. Tries in the 3-second area. Another traveling call, this time against Putu. That's the 5th or 6th traveling call against Eastern Florida in this game. As Rebecca Scott comes in for DeAndre Poyer and Francesca Deralis is in for Raina Duzant. These are all the fresh bodies Maureen Smith has for PBSC. So you can only substitute 2 areas at a time. So if anybody wants to come out and get the gas, you have one at a time. Talia Brown finds Andrea Torres. 20-footer from the shuts inside the right wing, and she gets it to go. Andrea Torres with 13 points, 54-45. Eastern Florida leads 2:33 to go in the third quarter. There's a 3 by Christina Goncharuk of Eastern Florida from the left wing to the top. A strong rebound by Rapolucci and Gorka, and she continues her scoring ways. She has 18 points, 56-45, 2:17 to go in the third quarter. Talia Brown, PBSC down by 11. Kiana Miller, double covered, and there's a jump ball signal as Christina Goncharuk gets in there. The ball stays with PBSC. 2:10 to go in the third. Francesca Deralis to inbound. PBSC down by 11, 56-45. 2:10 to go in the third quarter. So basically, only 12 minutes, 10 seconds to go. PBSC, they've been able to get within 7 a couple of times, but that's basically it. Basically, Kiana Miller, there's a foul on Shanarius Smith. And that's the 14th foul on Eastern Florida. Smith picks up her second. Sophia Oyhamar back in the game for Shanarius Smith. The inbound coming from number 25, Francesca Deralis. Wants somebody. Raw motion out there. It's a lob inside. It's outside the arc to Talia Brown. She holds it up against Christina Goncharuk. 2:05 showing on the game clock. Brown against Goncharuk. Goes around her. She gets Scott. Finds Torres. Trying to be deflected by Hanamibu Svensson. Torres outside the arc. Crossing the pass around. She's a pull-up 3 from the right wing. That's off. The buzzer goes from the shot clock. It's last touched by Deralis. A bad break for PBSC. Hustle play from Deralis, but not quick enough to the ball. 1:46 to go in the third quarter. It stays 56-45. And the inbound from more Iva Putu of the Congo. Shooting 50% on free throws, but 65% from the field. Kiana Miller is out. DeAndre Poyer back in. Christina Goncharuk controls it for Eastern Florida. 100 seconds to go in the third quarter. They lead by 11. Palm Beach State trying to do anything to stay within this game, but Eastern Florida not letting him do so. 3 for the right wing for Goncharook. It rattles out. Portier fighting with her right hand, but she gets called for her 3rd foul of the quarter. And that's Portier's 4th personal. If she gets one more, she's done for the night. That would be a big loss for PBSC if that happens. The inbound to Rappalucci and Gorka. Shot goes! And it's a chance for an and one for Rappalucci and Gorka. 20 points for her. But the foul is against Atalia Brown, and that's her first. And Nolly is a free throws for Eastern Florida. PBSC is also over the limit, so any foul PBSC gets from here on out for the rest of the quarter, it's free throws the rest of the way. And Gorka misses the free throw. It stays 58-45, but she has 20 points for the game, which leads all scores both ways. Atalia Brown end around to Andrea Torres. Bounce pass inside to Portier. Runner on the right foot. Yes! She got the bounce. 10 points for Portier, 58-47, 107 to go in the 3rd quarter. Christina Goncharook lofts it on the near side for Hanamibu Svensson. There's a 3 from Goncharook straight away, rattles in. Christina Goncharook, her 2nd 3 of the night. She has 8 points. 61-47, 50 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Eastern Florida is in full control, just as MJ Baker had thought they could do coming into this night. Atalia Brown back to Rebecca Scott outside the arc, and a foul against Eastern Florida. It's 2 shots for PBSC because Eastern Florida is also over the limit. I think it's against Rappalucci and Gorka. That's her 2nd personal. So free throws for Andrea Torres. And curiously enough, PBSC, they're driving inside. They're not really attempting a lot of threes. They have just 3 threes made this entire contest, 1 from each of their top scorers. Atalia Brown, Andrea Torres, and Keandra Portier. So Andrea Torres, she shoots free throws yet again. She has 4 made free throws in this game. She has another one. That is her 14th point. 61-48. She looks to make it 15. She does. 61-49 in favor of Eastern Florida. They lead by a dozen, 33 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Christina Goncharook, 101 against Atalia Brown by the Eastern Florida bench. Gets a screen from Putu. Goncharook looks for somebody, feeds it inside to Putu. 101 against Brown, locks it out of bounds. Good defense by Atalia Brown that time. 22.1 showing on the clock in the 3rd quarter. PBSC down by a dozen. They can try to get some points this time down, and who knows? A 3 right here, they're back within single digits. PBSC can play for the last shot of the 3rd quarter as the clock runs. 15 seconds to go. Atalia Brown dribbles it up and down. Clock is down to 10, and it's down to 8. Atalia Brown against Kucherova, or against Goncharook, I beg your pardon. Listen for a foul. Keandra Portier got fouled as she got to the foul line. And it's free throws for Keandra Portier. Ironically enough, she was fouled at the foul line. She goes to the foul line for free throws. I didn't see who it was against, but it works out for PBSC. Free throws for Keandra Portier with 1.5 left in the 3rd quarter. She gets the first shot. She has 11 points. Looking to make it 12 and get PBSC within 10 as we begin the 4th quarter. Her 2nd shot is in. 1.5 to go. Finds Rappalucci. The buzzer goes as she lets off a 60-footer that would not count even if it did go through because the buzzer sounded way before she got the shot off. 61-51 at the end of the 3rd quarter. It was 43-35 at halftime. So Eastern Florida, they add 2 points to their lead. They lead 61-51 as we have the final 10 minutes of play coming up momentarily. This is PBSC Women's Basketball. Florida 61, Palm Beach State 51 as we get set for the final 10 minutes of play, the fourth quarter here in Elizabeth W. Whirling Gymnasium, as you're listening to Palm Beach State women's basketball. I'm David Griffith as usual. PBSC is down by 10. They trail by 3 after the first quarter. They trail by 8 at halftime, and they trail by 10 currently. So Eastern Florida's been able to build up a lead in each quarter that's gone by so far. For PBSC, with only 10 minutes to go, you have to think that this is double time for them, as Keandra Portier will inbound for PBSC to begin the final 10 minutes, along with Natalia Brown, Andrea Torres, Francesca Deralis, and Raina Duzon in there. 7 active bodies for PBSC. That's been the story of the night for them. No Ali Rolance, no Jalen Ponder, no Micaiah Lumsen, and no Cindy Jackson either. Natalia Brown outside the arc by the PBSC bench area far side. Portier directs traffic. Thought about going up for the 3, but thought otherwise. Goes inside. Oh, shot off the glass and got it. So a good start in this third quarter for PBSC as Keandra Portier gets a bucket. It's 61-53, 30 seconds into the fourth quarter. Eastern Florida up by 8. There's Oyhamar, offensive foul against Oyhamar. As she got the pass inside to Rapalucci and Gorka, Sophia Oyhamar picks up the offensive foul, her second personal. So PBSC, they get a break. This is a chance for them to get a much-needed bucket. Down by 8 with 36 seconds gone by in the fourth quarter. So PBSC is still very much alive. They need to play defense and they need to get quality shots off. A lot of substitutions coming up for Eastern Florida the next time the ball is dead. Natalia Brown gets a screen from Keandra Portier. Raina Duzon holds it up against Kutu outside the arc. Finds Deralis, 1-on-1 against Svensson. On a lead with Svensson. Dribbles it up and down, finds Portier. Shot clock is down to 5. Portier needs to do something. A wild shot off the glass, rolls around, goes back to Portier. She gets it! Keandra Portier. Back-to-back buckets for her in this fourth quarter, 61-55, with a minute 15 gone by in the fourth quarter. PBSC's within 6. Christina Gonchuruk feeds it to Sophia Oyhamar of Stockholm, Sweden. Eastern Florida up by 6. They can use a bucket themselves, give themselves a little breathing room. Runner from Hanamibu Svensson, no. Tipped around up in the air, kept alive by Rapalucci and Gorka, no. Gets a little rebound and gets a rebound the other way. Mibu Svensson right open for a 3, left wing, near side, no. It is up and a rebound from Angela Torres. PBSC plays defense, but they get a lucky break that way. Torres, 1-on-1 against Oyhamar. Wild shot gets herself to the line. It didn't draw any iron at all. The ball hit the window off the glass like an out-of-control hailstorm. And Andrea Torres gets to the line for a couple of free throws. And believe it or not, she could put PBSC within 4. Something that didn't seem very likely with the way Eastern Florida played for much of the second and third quarter. Shadaria Smith is back in as Hanamibu Svensson, Christina Gonchuruk, and Sophia Oyhamar set. The first free throw by Andrea Torres is good. She has 16 points. And the second free throw is also good. She has 17. 61-57, 8:07 to go in the fourth quarter. PBSC down by 4. Tatiana Beaumont of Eagle Heights, Australia controls it against Deralis. Caitlin Sanders back in the action. She controls it. She's at the foul line. Finds Darius Smith over at the foul line. Beaumont, right wing, far side. Sanders thought about the 3, decided against it. 8 on the shot clock. Finds Beaumont. She has Smith wide open. She shoots a 3 from the right wing. Short. Rebound by Torres as a point clock in front of the rim. PBSC back the other way. They can make it a single possession game. Can they do it? Andrea Torres finds Portier 3 left wing. Yes! Switch for Keandra Portier. She has 19 points. Timeout taken by Eastern Florida. 7:31 to go in the fourth quarter. And the lead all of a sudden is down to 1. PBSC with that 3 from Keandra Portier. It's 61-60. Stick around. PBSC very much alive. for Keandra Portier, and she's become PBSC's leading scorer with that last three. Out of the timeout from Eastern Florida, 7.5 minutes to go in this game. It's a one-point contest, 61-60 in favor of Eastern Florida. Tatiana Belmont controls it. The nearest defender is Keandra Portier. Finds Caitlin Sanders, goes inside of Rappalucci and Gorka and gets an easy layup. Rappalucci and Gorka has 22 points, which leads Eastern Florida score 63-60. PBSC down by a three-pointer. Rangers on lost the ball, taken away by Caitlin Sanders. This is a breakaway. Shanaria Smith all alone gets a layup of her own. The first points from Shanaria Smith, and that was a gimme. Shanaria Smith, 65-60. As Eastern Florida, they had a one-point lead. It's ballooned up to 5 again because of the unforced error by PBSC. Darlis brings it inside as a foul against Laura Ivaputu. It's not a shooting foul because there wasn't any active shooting, so it'll be an inbound from Keandra Portier. No team fouls from PBSC in this quarter, but Eastern Florida has 3. Andrea Torres screen near side, that's an air ball. Comes to Torres, it's called a pass to Torres, but she missed the shot, missed everything. Gets a little rebound, and there's a jump ball. Who's it go to? It goes to Eastern Florida. 6:34 to go. Eastern Florida has a 5-point lead. You have to think that they have the advantage. PBSC, they've gotten within 1 just a minute ago, but the timeout seemed to have helped Eastern Florida. As Tatiana Beaumont is at the left wing, 1-on-1 against Darlis. Goes around Darlis, runner, and no. But a foul against Darlis, and Beaumont gets herself to the line. Tatiana Beaumont has no points, but she shoots free throws for the very first time. She has a chance to get on the score sheet for the first time all game long as Ana Carolina de Jesus is back in for Laura Ivaputu. So, Tatiana Beaumont, her first shot on the free throw, gets it. Back up to a 6-point lead. Her older sister, Natalia Beaumont, played for Eastern Florida last year before she graduated. So Tatiana Beaumont, the next one in line in the family to play. She hits both shots, 67-50 in favor of Eastern Florida. They're on a 6-0 run in the last minute and 15 seconds. It was 61-60 with 7:31 to go. Francesca Darlis finds range on. No. It's a foul before she went out of bounds, and I think it's against Shanaria Smith. As she just knocked it right in the middle of next week. Or actually, beg your pardon. It's against Tatiana Beaumont, number 25. Beaumont picks up her first foul. 67-60, 6:11 to go. Keandra Portier inbounds it. Lobs it into Atalia Brown, has to avoid the backcourt violation, and she expertly does. Shot clock not a factor, so PBSC can take their time for a moment. Brown loses to Jesus, finds Portier. She's straight away outside the arc, feeds it inside to Darlis, rattles in. She was underneath the rim, and Francesca Darlis gets her first bucket and first points of the night. She has 2 points. 67-62, 5:45 to go. Tatiana Beaumont finds Big Gorka and gets it back outside the arc to Shanaria Smith. 1-on-1 against Natalia Brown. It's a 5-point lead for Eastern Florida. They would like to add on to this lead. Caitlin Sanders inside, puts on a little stutter step against Andrea Torres, and that is perfect for Caitlin Sanders. 8 points for her. 69-62, 5:25 to go. Natalia Brown, double cover. Try to lob it to Andrea Torres, but no. 1-on-1, Carolina de Jesus, and a whistle for a foul against Keandra Portier. And if that's the 5th foul on Portier, that means she's out of the game. It's free throws for Eastern Florida with Ana Carolina de Jesus shooting. The basket did not go as Portier was knocked to the floor, but the foul went against her. I have on my score sheet that Portier has 5 fouls, and if that's the case, she's done for the night. And that could be a big loss for PBSC, down to only 6 active bodies, as Kiana Miller subs in for her. The floor is a little wet, so Portier, I beg your pardon, wipes it up a bit before the free throws. Boy, PBSC, you thought that the momentum was swinging to their side when it was 61-60 just a couple of game minutes ago, but that wasn't to be the case. Eastern Florida 5-0, proving why they're one of the best teams in not just the area, but also the state. The first shot misses wide. So, she gets another chance for a shot. De Jesus is 10 points on the night. She looks for 11. Her first by way of free throw. This is strong off the back of the rim. The rebound by Darilis. 5:15 to go. PBSC down by 7. 69-62. Andrea Torres, 1-1 against Beaumont. In front of the midcourt logo. Does a little 360, keeps the ball herself. Finds Darilis. 1-1 against Rappalucci and Gorka. Darilis bounce pass inside to Andrea Torres. Goes back outside the arc against Shaveria Smith. Tries to go inside. There's a wild shot up. It didn't iron at all. It might have been blocked by Shaveria Smith as that was an air ball. Tatiana Beaumont inside, goes around Rita Toussaint, misses the shot, but a foul against Toussaint. So Tatiana Beaumont goes to the line for her second time this quarter. Rebecca Scott getting ready to sub back in for Rita Toussaint. Tatiana Beaumont, she has 2 points by way of free throw in this quarter. She can make it 4 by way of free throw in this quarter. With Eastern Florida leading 69-62 with 4:43 to go in this fourth quarter. The first shot rattles out. And went halfway down and came back out. One more shot upcoming for Tatiana Beaumont. Rattles that one in. 70-62, and Kiana Miller stepped into the playing area, and by rule, that's a turnover for PBSC as Tatiana Beaumont was right in her face. Solid defense for Beaumont, PBSC with another turnover. And that's been one of the stories for PBSC, why they're down by 8. Shaveria Smith, right wing, finds on that Carolina De Jesus against Rebecca Scott, feeds it to Rappalucci and Gorka, the leading scorer. Back to Caitlin Sanders, runner off the left foot, no. Rebound by Francesca Darilis. Strong rebound as she overcame 2 defenders that time. 70-62, PBSC on the attack. Pull up 10-footer from Andrea Torres short. Rebound by Ana Carolina De Jesus. And Eastern Florida lead by 8. They look to add to this lead. Sanders inside against triple coverage. Finds Ingorka. Goes in against Kiana Miller. Traveling against Ingorka. No basket. 70-62, 4:12 to go in the ball game. PBSC down by 8, but they were down by 10 with 4:51 to go in the fourth quarter against Indian River. Their home opener. They came back to win that one. Natalia Brown finds Rebecca Scott wide open, but she drops it, and it bounces into the Palm Beach State bench area. Eastern Florida gets it back once again. Another unforced error from Palm Beach State. Again, one of the storylines for PBSC tonight, why they're losing 70-62. They've had their chances, but they haven't been able to capitalize. In order to beat Eastern Florida, you have to play almost flawlessly against them. PBSC tonight has been less than so. Tatiana Beaumont holds it up. Shaveria Smith goes into the half circle. A runner off the right foot. Rebecca Scott plays the defense, but a foul against Scott. We'll see if it's free throws, or actually it's an offensive foul, I beg your. It's an offensive foul against Eastern Florida. And I guess it's not 5 fouls against Keandra Portier. I guess she has 4, because she's coming back into the game as Kiana Miller and Rebecca Scott come out. Raina Toussaint also back into the game. As Keandra Portier inbounds it, 3:48 to go. PBSC down by 8. As Palm Beach State, the Panthers need to play double time. 3:48 to go. The time is becoming a factor. And actually it's going to be, there's a little discussion between the referees. It's 5 team fouls for Eastern Florida, and if that's the case, that is free throws. I think Ana Carolina De Jesus got called for the foul on the offensive end. That would be her second foul. And it's free throws for PBSC with Andrea Torres. She has 17 points, looking to make it 19, and get PBSC within a couple of threes. That's if she makes both shots. That remains to be seen. Andrea Torres. 2 shots. $17 points overall. She makes the first shot. If she makes this second one, she'll will have 19 points and be tied for the leading scorer with Keandra Portier with 19 points for a team high. Second shot from Torres, gets it. 70-64. There's a timeout on the floor taken by, looks like PBSC. 70-64 is the score. 3:48 to go. Eastern Florida's up by 6. PBSC down to 2 timeouts. We'll be right back. This is my running score sheet in case you're wondering.
Yeah, I was looking at it. I'm trying to figure it out.
Tally still got 15.
Who?
Talia.
She has, 15.
This is our team. Okay, that's why I was trying to look over here.
Only 4 players scored.
Huh?
Only 4 people scored.
Nah, 5.
Who's the other person? I know Reyna.
It was 25.
Out of the timeout, 70-64 in favor of Eastern Florida after the free throws from Andrea Torres. So Eastern Florida up by 6, 3:43 to go. Palm Beach State down to 2 timeouts. Eastern Florida has 4. As Ana Carolina de Jesus had a little trouble feeling that one, but she still corrals it. Caitlin Sanders holds it up in the right wing. Drives inside against Torres. Cross-court pass to Palma. Goes inside. 1-on-1 against Arolis. Did not go. Strong rebound by Reina Duzant. Takes it away. PBSC back on the offensive. 3:22 to go. PBSC, if they can get a 3, they'll be back within a 1-possession game. Defensive shift going on from Eastern Florida. Going to make a stop. The PBSC coming to this deficit once again. It remains to be seen. Francesca Darelis looks for somebody. Finds Talia Brown. By the PBSC bench area, far side, outside the arc. 1-on-1 against the Jesus. Bounce pass to Portier. 1-on-1 against Sanders. 20-footer near side. That's an air ball from Darelis. My goodness, she was wide open and she missed a shot off to the left. 70-64, 2:50 to go. Caitlin Sanders back to Shanaria Smith. Eastern Florida, they get a basket here. You can almost think that would just about do it for this contest. Bounce pass to Caitlin Sanders. We have a little trouble lassoing that, but she gets it. Bounce pass again inside to Rapalucci and Gorka. Tangled up in there. No whistle for a foul on the shot, but there's a whistle on Reina Duzant as she tried to get the rebound. And a foul against Duzant. That is her 3rd. As Kiana Miller comes back in for Reina Duzant, it's free throws once again for Rapalucci and Gorka. 2:32 to play. Eastern Florida still up by 6. They can push it up to 8. And Gorka's first shot is out. A little bit off to the right. So that helps PBSC, you have to think, if you're a PBSC fan. And Gorka with one more upcoming. If she makes this one, it'll be 23 to lead all scorers on both teams. This is on both. Kiana Miller, can she track it down? She does, but unfortunately goes right back to Gorka, right back to Caitlin Sanders and gets a layup and rattles in. So, and Gorka misses both shots, but Kiana Miller with a heads-up play. It goes right back to Eastern Florida. They do go up by 8, 72-64, although not the way they thought. 2:13 to go, Eastern Florida up by 8. PBSC just holding it up. Keandra Portier holds it up, gets it inside the Darelis. Double cover, foul against Rapalucci and Gorka. 2 shots for Darelis. And that's in Gorka's 3rd personal. It's free throws the rest of the way for PBSC down the stretch. The next foul PBSC picks up is free throws for Eastern Florida. But here's Francesca Darelis with 2 points overall on a single field goal made. This is her first free throw attempts. Her first one is in there. 72-65, 2:03 to go. One more free throw upcoming. As Reina Duzant sits, Kiana Miller. It's been in there for a while. The second free throw is out. Kiana Miller tried to get the rebound. It's last touched by Miller, and it stays with Eastern Florida. 2:03 to go. We have a 7-point lead as Christina Goncharuk checks in for Tatiana Beaumont, and Ana Carolina de Jesus is out, replaced by Laura Iba Puptu of the Congo. 2:03 to go. Eastern Florida with a 7-point lead. They can really take their time because they have a 7-point lead and they're under 2 minutes to play. Eastern Florida, they put up a terrific all-around ball game tonight. Shanaria Smith left wing near side against Natalia Brown. Finds Goncharook inside of Putu. Off the window and in for Laura Iba Putu. 12 points. That was 101 coverage against Natalia Brown. Deandra Boyer hurries it up to the free throw line. Misses it out. Boyer drove inside. Missed that shot. There's a 20-footer for Darla straight away. And Francesca Darla has a bucket of her own. She has 5 points for the second field goal. 74-67, 1:23 to go. And Caitlin Sanders slows it down for Eastern Florida. 1:17 to go, the clock running. Cutting inside, Shanaria Smith. Brown shot didn't go. Natalia Brown with the rebound for PPSC. 70 seconds to go. PPSC trails by 7. They're looking for a bucket. Deandra Portier on the pass from Natalia Brown. Portier says to Natalia Brown, come back to get it. She has it. Natalia Brown straight away against Caitlin Sanders. Thought about going up to the 3, but Sanders is on her. Perilous inside against triple coverage. She hits the line with a chance for a deuce. The foul against Eastern Florida on Shanaria Smith. That is her third. Free throws the rest of the way for PBSC, so Eastern Florida with a 74-67 lead with 51.1 to play. It is Francesca Daralis, who has 5 points overall, looking to make it 7 and cut the deficit to 5. Daralis' first shot. She does not get the bounce. This is short off the front of the rim and out. On the PBSC, one other thing you could do is you could miss the shot and then try to have either Daralis or Miller get the rebound. But there's a lot of height for Eastern Florida down there. Laura Ibaputu is 6'2", Rappalucci and Gorka 6'1", and Christina Goncharook 5'9". A lot of height for Eastern Florida. Misses both shots, and it ricochets over to Christina Goncharook as the clock runs with 36 seconds to go. Eastern Florida can just take their time as this game is basically sealed for them. As they'll go to 6-0 on the year, PBSC will drop to 1-4. Shanaria Smith, the clock down to 36 seconds. Putu feeds it on the end of round 2. Caitlin Sanders, she holds it up. Shot clock down to 10. 30 seconds showing on the game clock. Sanders drives inside, almost had it taken away by Miller. Goncharook stepped out of bounds. Christina Goncharook stepped out of bounds, and PBSC gets it one last time with the shot clock off. 25.2 remaining in this game, and Eastern Florida leads 74-67, up by 7. But before we have an inbound timeout taken by PBSC, they have one remaining. 74-67. They have to think they have to go for the 3. They have no choice but to go for the tray. We'll find out after the timeout. Eastern Florida leads after the PBSC timeout. 25.2 seconds to go. It was 61-60 Eastern Florida because of the Deandra Portier 3. Since then, it's been a 13-7 run for Eastern Florida to put the game away, showing why they're one of the best teams in the nation. It's Natalia Brown across the line. It was tipped away, and Eastern Florida corrals it. They don't have to shoot it. The foul is against PBSC, and that's free throws for Eastern Florida. 18.1 showing on the clock. It's on Natalia Brown, her second personal. One more time, free throws for Eastern Florida, and fittingly enough, it's by their leading scorer of the game, Rappalucci and Gorka of Madrid. Her first shot rattles out. She has one more upcoming, and Gorka has 22 points, looking for the all-elusive 23. She's had a few cracks to get at, but hasn't got it. Although she gets it there. 23 points for Rappalucci and Gorka as PBSC uses up their final timeout. 18.1 to go, 75-67. Eastern Florida up by 8. They'll go to 6-0 on the year. PBSC will drop to 1-4 and play again in 48 hours as they host Chipola College. And if you think Eastern Florida is a solid opponent, wait until you meet Chipola. They're 8-0, possibly going on 9-0. They play tomorrow with a chance to go 9-0, and then they'll head down here to PBSC with a chance to go a perfect 10-0 the first month of the season. Not really much to discuss on the Eastern Florida bench area. They have the game in the bag, and PBSC looks to play for pride. Hopefully get a 3 off and end the game on some type of positive note. PBSC, the good news for them at least, the final score of the last game was 87-55 in Cocoa on the campus of Eastern Florida. Tonight, a much more competitive matchup, 75-67. But nevertheless, it's Eastern Florida getting stops on the defensive side and getting big-time shots on the offensive side to put this one away. Deandra Poitier to inbound with 18.1 showing on the clock. Gets it to Atalia Brown. The clock runs. 15 seconds and the clock running. Atalia Brown 1-1 against Anamibu Svensson. There's a 3 from Andrea Torres. That's an air ball. Miller keeps it alive. Deandra Poitier 3 left wing. And she fell shooting a 3 from the left wing, and she has a chance for 3 points as a shot banked off the rim, banked off the board and went out. Deandra Poitier with a chance for more points. She has 19, tied with Andrea Torres for the most. 3 shots for Deandra Poitier. 5.6 showing on the clock. First shot by Poitier is in there. An even 20 for Poitier. 5.6 showing on the clock for PBSC. You think you have to foul on the defensive side. Second shot by Poitier. This is that one as it rings out. One more upcoming for Poitier because she was fouled shooting a 3. Looking for 21 points for the game. The second shot, or third shot. Is it a second make? No. It's out. Poitier fights for the rebound, but Darius Smith is there to get the first. Clock is down to 3. It's down to 2.1 as the whistle blows for a foul against PBSC. It is on Francesca Deralis, I think. And indeed it is. 4 fouls on Deralis. Free throws for Shadaria Smith with 2.1 on the clock as Christina Goncharuk comes out one more time, as well as Caitlin Sanders. Shadaria Smith shooting free throws. She has 2 points overall, looking to make it 4. Number 0, Shadaria Smith of Orlando, Florida. She makes her first shot. It is 76-68. One more free throw upcoming with 2.1 showing on the clock. At a game that's basically decided for the last couple of minutes for Eastern Florida. Her second shot, the final scoring, it is in. It rolled indecisively on the rim and came back out. 1 second to go. There's a Hail Mary 3 from Francesca Deralis. We'll forget about it. 77-68, the final score as Eastern Florida comes up with a 9-point victory. They go to 6-0 on the year. PBSC drops to 1-4 as they drop their first game at home. Stay tuned. We will have our post-game wrap-up in just a moment. The final score, Eastern Florida 77, Palm Beach State 68. It was a pretty competitive matchup until the last few minutes. Don't go away. The final here at Elizabeth W. Whirling Gymnasium on the campus of Palm Beach State College in Lake Worth. 77-68 with Eastern Florida going on a offensive route in the last couple of minutes. After it was 61-60, PBSC closed to within 1, but Eastern Florida closes on a 16-8 run that puts the game away for them. A 9-point victory as Rappalucci and Gorka becomes the leading scorer tonight for Eastern Florida with 23. Lore Iva Putu has 12, Caitlin Sanders with 10, Ana Carolina de Jesus with 10 for Eastern Florida. And for PBSC, Atalia Brown with 15, Andrea Torres with 19, and Keandra Poitier, the leading scorer for PBSC, with an even 20. Francesca Deralis with 5, and Reina Duzant with 9. 77-68, PBSC drops to 1-4 on the season, and they play again in 48 hours from now as we're matched up against Chipola College, the Indians of Chipola College up in the Panhandle. They play tomorrow night with a chance to remain undefeated, and then they have to play the second game of a back-to-back down here at Elizabeth W. Earling Gymnasium. So maybe they back-to-back will help PBSC. It remains to be seen. In the meantime, we'll be back on Wednesday. And until we meet again, I'm David Griffith, and this has been Women's Basketball here at Palm Beach State College. So long, everybody. Huh? Yeah, they did that, and they did it after the tip-off.
Okay.
Okay. Is there one closer? Yeah, one agree.
It's closer to home though. Not what I'm sure it is. What's over in Tampa?
Last we went to was there. It's closer.
12 minutes. Like 7 minutes an hour.
Well, 61-60, I thought they had a chance, but Eastern Florida just too good for them.
They were much taller than time. Same thing they were on 4 days. It was 11:30 points. They should feel proud of how they played.
Better than
But they
32.
were also short-handed too. What happened to Pine?
I don't know. Ohio Lumsden in the last game, she hit her head on the floor and she had to go to the emergency room. She should be back Wednesday, but it was a nasty spill apparently.
It's just with that crowd the way they played. They played a good team very well.
They did.